Here's the most exquisite Christmas first course in the world. Conchiglioni alla Sorrentina, a real delight. For this recipe, we need just a few simple ingredients because, as I always say, the simplest things are always the best. So let's get started and prepare this wonderful dish right away. First, let's prepare the sauce, so the tomato sauce. Let's put a crushed clove of garlic or a bit of oil in a saucepan and let the oil become fragrant, letting the oil get infused with the garlic. Let's pour in the tomato puree. I'm using a rustic, thicker tomato puree. Let's add a bit of water, a pinch of salt, and if you have it, some fresh basil too. I still have some left. There we go. Let's cover it and let it cook. In a pan, let's add a drizzle of oil and half a chopped onion. And let it brown a little. Make sure not to burn the onion. It just needs to get golden. After a few minutes, we add the ground meat. I'm using beef, but if you want, you can also use half beef and half pork, really, whatever you prefer. And let's let it brown really well. Once the meat is browned, add a bit of salt and deglaze with a little white wine. And let's let the alcohol evaporate. Once the wine has evaporated, turn off the heat and set it aside. While the sauce cooks a little longer, let's prepare the other ingredients. We'll start by cutting the delicious mozzarella. I'm using buffalo mozzarella, but you can use whatever kind you have available. So we cut it into cubes. Special. And I put it in a colander to get rid of the excess liquid. Okay. In a bowl, we put 2 eggs, a bit of salt, a bit of pepper, a bit of Parmigiano cheese, and we whisk it all together. Inside the eggs, we soften the ricotta, which is also very fresh and, of course, made from buffalo milk. To the egg and ricotta cream, we add the ground meat and a generous amount of Parmesan cheese. And we mix everything together. Then we also add the mozzarella cheese. And why not a pinch of fresh basil if you have some available. And we mix. And at this point, the filling is ready. The water is boiling. Let's add salt and drop in the conchiglioni. And we cook them, but please, let's keep them a couple of minutes undercooked. Okay, so they're a bit al dente, basically. We don't cook them all the way through. Perfect. The conchiglioni are ready. Let's drain them well, sprinkle them with a bit of oil. This way they won't stick to each other. Okay, in a large baking dish, let's put some sauce on the bottom. And now let's fill the conchiglioni. So usually I fill the conchiglioni with the mixture by putting it in a piping bag, but unfortunately Aunt Franca's recipes have run out of piping bags. So I have to fill and stuff them by hand, so with a teaspoon. And if you have one available, use it. So put all the mixture in a piping bag and make a hole that's big enough. That way you'll be faster. Right away, okay. Instead, now I take a conchiglione and with a teaspoon I put the mixture inside. Here we go. It's simple like this too. And we put it here, arranged in the baking dish. And of course, we continue with all the others. We take another one. a nice spoonful of filling. And we place it here in the baking dish. Once all the conchiglioni are ready, now we just have to cover them with the sauce. We top them with Parmesan. Be generous, I recommend it. And if you like, add a bit of pepper too. Perfect. All the conchiglioni are arranged. Now all that's left is to bake them. But let me give you a piece of advice. I first put a sheet of aluminum foil, then I cover it. And I let it cook for the first 15 or 20 minutes covered, then I uncover it. So I remove the aluminum foil and let it brown. Wow! Here they are. As if they're burning. And here they are. Our conchiglioni have come out of the oven. I baked them at 180 degrees for 40 minutes with the fan on. With the filling I prepared for these conchiglioni, I filled exactly 30 conchiglioni, which equals 4 to 5 servings. Okay, adjust as needed since it depends on how much you eat. That said, I'm going to let them cool down a bit and then we'll taste them. What a smell, oh my goodness. And after this delicious tasting, I wish you all happy holidays, happy ones.